All right, amazing. Let me confirm if I'm audible enough. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's start our career tutorial. Uh, First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Emilie Ambazahirwa. I'm the community manager at an academy, but also the career tutor. So I'll be delivering the career sessions within these 12 weeks. So that means I'll be with you within all this experience. And of course, with the community building sessions, I really appreciate people who shared their introductions, who introduced themselves like yesterday. But if you still are here and you haven't introduced yourself, of course we know we need to know each other. We need to connect, and of course, yeah. So if you haven't sent your name and introduction, you can do it anywhere, anytime in the community building channel. So amazing. So let's start without further ado. This is the Kifiya AI Mastery Training. Of course, it's week 0. It's the career challenge, and it's going to be more about preparing your CV. But I know you have your CVs, but we maybe gonna be updating. So let's call it like preparing and updating your CV. So without further ado, if there's maybe any question before we start, or maybe anything anyone would love to share, you can get a speak now. You can raise a hand and then you speak, then we go further. Anyone who have a question before we go through the tutorial, and then after this, we're gonna have the career challenge document, or the challenge document that you guys gonna be working on it. Of course, it's an assignment, and you'll be submitting on 10x. So I think there's no question. Let's go ahead. Amazing. So the CV overview, of course, CV is a marketing piece. It should be highlighting, or it should highlight your strong points, which are educational, professional experience, project skills, and accomplishments. Those are the main things that should be on your CV. Basically, that's what CV highlight. It's like your introduction, or your personal branding. Yeah. So the purpose of the CV is to get an interview. That's the general purpose of an CV. Of course, like if you're applying for a job, you need to get to this interview process. You need to hit until get the interview process. So that's the main purpose of the CV. That's why you have to prepare it, or you have to update it in accordance, you know. Yeah, so that's why it's very important, as I've been saying, to be clear about how you will create value to that company or to that organization, wherever you'll be applying. Of course, make whoever reads your CV review as a valuable to their cause. For example, if you're applying maybe to um, data engineering manager or somewhere, you have to make your CV, it says, or it highlights what they want. It should at least sound that it's so valuable to them, to their company, fit their branding, fit their goals, fit everything within the job posting. So that's the main goal, like, of the CV. If you have a CV, you have to update it in the way that it's going to be meeting those companies, or those NGOs, wherever you be applying, or wherever you be submitting your CV. It should meet their goals and their values. Yeah. So by writing an effective CV, here are some goals. The goal is to ensure it satisfies two audience. First of all, humans. The CV should be clear, attractive, and informative to attract, or to ensure that it satisfies the humans or people who will be reviewing your CV. Of course, like if your CV is going to be maybe passed to the HR team, they'll be reviewing your CV. But putting in consideration that there's also machine that reviews CVs. For example, maybe there's this position out there. We just keep the example of the data engineering manager, and then they need a CV. I mean, they need maybe 2 or 3 people, and boom, they at least like maybe 200 or 3,000 people applied. That's a very big work that a human cannot review all those CV, and they need at least to shortlist until they get the number that they can manage, the number that they can at least get the people they want. So some organizations or some companies, they also use machines to review CVs. So your CV should at least ensure that it satisfies two audiences: the humans but also the machines. The CV will be subjected to automated scanning by a variety of services, and we want your CV to perform well in this scanning. That's why we are updating and preparing our CVs in case you didn't have one. Yeah. So this is a question here. This is a random question, and maybe I need if you can answer like 2 to 3 people. How long do you think it takes a recruiter to review a CV the first time? You have sent your CV. How long? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 1 minute? Is it 5 seconds? 30 seconds? How long do you think someone will take to review your CV? Maybe we can also answer in the chat box, or if you able to speak, that'll be amazing. Hey, Kasamamo, I can see you here. You're welcome. You're with us.
Yeah, Imini, how are you? Nice to see you.
I'm doing good. Thank you. Maximum 3 minutes. Gibre. 3 minutes. Let's have answers from other people. How long? How long do you think it takes for a recruiter to review a CV? In the chat box, if you can answer, please. Let's be collaborative and 10 minutes. 10 minutes, people. Maximum 3 minutes. Okay. Let's go. We need more answers.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yourself said 2 minutes, 5 minutes. All right. Amazing. But then the answer is, or the clear answer is, it only takes the average of 10 to 30 seconds to review a CV the first time. That's the maximum, 30 seconds. Now imagine, is your CV going to be variable enough? Is your CV going to be looking good enough to meet this 30 seconds review? That's why you have to update your CV in accordance. I'll be sharing here the tips and the examples of the CV, how your CV should be looking like. At the end of this program, of course, as Yabi said in the introduction, your CV is gonna be looking different from now. That's why, like, I chose to start with this specific career challenge. Yeah. So, most significant part of the CV is the top half of a page. It must give evidence of a good match. The top half of the page, you know, demonstrating value, of course, what employers have in mind when they're reviewing your CV, or maybe at the first time when they see your CV. What do they have in mind? What do you think they have in mind? How can you be valuable to us? That's the fact thing. Is this person we are bringing in, like, what are they bringing on the table? Of course, are they going to be valuable to our organizations, to our goals that we have? Do they have enough skills? You know, the first thing is value. Experience, accomplishment, skills, and dedication comes later, but the value that you bringing on a table, that's the first thing. So successful job seekers understand their unique combinations of experience plus accomplishments, skills, education, and articulate their value to employers. That's a successful job seeker. So if you're there, a job seeker, or maybe you need a promotion or something, this is what you should really tackle on. Then CV components, of course, there's contact information here. Of course, your name should be well, and then there, contact information, email, phone number, and very important, your email and phone number, they're very, very, very important. Of course, address, this is optional. If you want to put your address, you're in Ethiopia, you're here, wherever you are. Link to your portfolio page, of course, the GitHub profile, Medium profile, or LinkedIn account. Of course, it's also important, of course, to put your LinkedIn account, because CV have like a limited information. So your LinkedIn profile, we have all the information that we need. So your CV is just like a summary of your information or your brand, but then the LinkedIn will have everything. Yeah. So that's why it's very important for you to also include your LinkedIn link, and also GitHub. Yeah. Going forward, CV components, of course, are professional summary as well. We have seen the first component, content information, which includes name, contact information, the address, the link to your portfolio page, which is the GitHub profile, the profile, of course, itself, maybe the project you have worked on and everything, LinkedIn account, of course, no need to include a photo. Preferably no photo. Most of people design their CV, they put a lot of like graphics, a lot of like bullet points, colors, but that's not really good. You should have your plain CV without any photo, because I don't think they'll be interested to see your photo zoom in or something. Yeah. Another component, of course, professional summary. This is a 50-word brief description of themselves or of yourself in relation to what you can do, and concept, of course, tools that you're familiar with and everything. 50 words, not this down. It should be only 50 words. The first professional summary. This is blah, 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 this is, and everything. So with a 50-word summary, a recruiter will be able to easily see these main things. First one, which career track you are on. Second, 3 to 5 relevant keywords. These keywords, they're the keywords that relates to their goals, to their posting, to their NGO, to their whatever. They will have like some keywords. This should speak to employers and should be the intersection of what you are able to do well. Of course, if maybe it's HR, project management, ChatGPT, what are you pro to? What things do you really know? Is it communication? Is it maybe team management? Is it maybe community management? Anything that you're really, really good at. What trainees are familiar enough to work with or speak about during an interview? Within that 50 words. And then it also have what you want to do in your next job, of course. Then the third point is the CV should belong to a professional, not a student. Your CV should look like a professional, not a student or not a trainee. You should brand yourself as a professional person, because remember, you're competing with a lot of people from different areas, from different backgrounds. People have different experiences. So for you, your CV speaks for you. Your CV should speak for you, like in a way that all those people, they'll be under you. You'll be the first. Your CV should be like highlighting everything that the employee or the recruiters will be needing. Yeah. And another component, of course, technical skills. This is also very important. This helps the recruiters to skim your CV and look for familiar keywords, technologies, and platforms which are relevant to the track being applied for, including important acronyms, abbreviation, of course. This should be project planning, maybe tools like in project planning. Maybe you know how to use Trello, maybe Notion, there's Asana, there's everything, there's Slack, there's many tools that you can also list here. Database, the Oracle, the Access, the MSQL, etc. Yeah. Another component here, of course, what experience. This is also very important because most recruiters and hiring people or hiring companies, they also need people who have experience. Yeah, and this is a very important point, because most people, they consider themselves that they don't have experience. Maybe they have never worked in any NGO, they have never had maybe any experience working in an office. But trust me, that's not the only experience you should list. Here, recruiters are interested in your achievements than your job description, of course. Your CV should be talking more of achievements, not job descriptions. Yeah, it can be job description, but in a way of highlighting the achieved or the achievement within that job descriptions. We shall see the examples. Here you should mention the results from your work, of course, as an achievement. If you did maybe XYZ, how did it impact your team's milestones or maybe the company in general, of course. Then how many clients served? How many clients did you serve? How many people maybe did you work with? In relevant, of course, if you're relevant, of course, how many team members you managed? If you have maybe you are maybe in a managerial position, of course, these achievements should be, this job description should be talking more of achievement than job descriptions. I hope you understand that. Going forward, of course, another a component, of course, education, your education background. You have to include your education background in reverse chronological order, of course. Your major and graduation date, or expected graduation date if you haven't graduated yet. And you should also add your GPA if strong or if required by the company. That's also really amazing. And then do not include high school or primary education. Most people, they include all, like, a lot of information. Primary school, I did here, secondary school. Trust me, there's no way like you're in university or maybe you graduated without passing through high school or secondary school or maybe primary school. That's why it's not important. for you to include primary and high school education background, because you're already in high. You should at least include like the highest one. Yeah. So here I should also include the relevant coursework or trainings and their competition dates, of course. For example, we're in Kifiya. You should also include that on your CV while updating. That's also another point, of course. Going forward, CV, another CV component, of course, this is optional. This is more optional, but it's really also important. But it depends, like maybe if your CV have a lot of things, because your CV should be at least one page. We see that like the next pages. This is the best and also another important part: license and the certification. Always list certifications or a CV in reverse chronological order for each certification and license that you list on your CV includes the full name of the certification. Any common abbreviation maybe can be included in the parentheses, the issuing organization who issued the CV, or maybe I mean the certificate or that license, the date you earned the certificate, the location if applicable, additional additional details like add-ons if applicable, of course. Don't confuse professional certifications with HANA and awards. That's really different. And don't confuse also certification and short or small online courses. Yeah, online classes don't always translate to skills and certification. Another component here, which is actually the last but not least, of course, projects. This is also very important, including notable projects you have carried out, including a short description with a link to the project, of course. Yeah. So CV format, how should the CV format be? First impression are really important, of course. Then use a professional, consistent styles, punctuation, and fonts in a relevant chronological order. Your CV should be in a relevant chronological order. CV should be a real estate and page layout, centering, lineup, and parts of the CV. It lies bullets in order of importance, its importance. Then your CV should be maximum 2 pages, maximum maximum 2 pages, but at least try to put it in one page. Even though you have a lot of things, maybe a lot of experience and everything, just try, because whenever you're applying to a certain maybe job positions or maybe anything, anywhere you're submitting your CV, you should always consider updating it, because the information that it have is the information to the previous job posting or wherever you submitted. So you should always update your CV before submitting or before submission. Always, wherever. That's why like it's very important to make it at least 1 page or 2 page. If you feel like you have a lot of things, you should customize at least, like look what the company or the recruiter or the job posting is saying. Yeah. So this is another bin. Like your CV should be at least maximum 2 pages. It's really good and recommendable to make it like on a 1 page, but maximum 2 pages. Going forward, the final CV checklist. Let's do a checklist of our CV as we are ending up our tutorial, and then we head up to the question and to the career document. I mean the challenge document. Here the checklist, of course, your CV has no photo. Remember that. You should remove the photo. Yes, Yosef Benti, I think if you would mute yourself.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. No photo, remember that there's no photo. Name is 100% consistent across the CV, LinkedIn and GitHub. That means like your names on your CV should be the same on as your LinkedIn profile, as also the GitHub and the everywhere, and on your certifications should be the one name. All links works and they click to the right place. All the links, maybe the GitHub, the LinkedIn, and every link that you put on your CV should also, you should ensure that they are clickable and accessible. CV is saved as PDF and named correctly. For example, full name CV PDF. That's how people should be naming your CV. People, most people consider just, they don't consider this point when they're naming your CV, but put in mind this is really important, because imagine like you're the HR or maybe the recruiter and you have received like 100 CV, and this person just named their CV 1, 2, 3 final, or maybe
Sorry, we can't hear you.
okay, can you hear me now? Okay,
Sure.
okay, amazing. So we're talking about the naming correctly CV. Then for example here Ayomide Lawal /cv.com. That's at least how it should be naming. And then another checklist: zero spelling mistake. You should proofread, of course, every time. You should proofread and consider. I mean, ensure that there's no mistakes, spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes. This implies that you have proofread it yourself at least twice, and then ask two friends to check as well. For you to send your CV or submit your CV, you should at least consider or ensure that you have proofread your CV at least 2 times to ensure there is no mistake, there is no error. And at least if you can get your good friends to proofread or to to review your CV at least 2 times as well. I mean, two friends. That will also be amazing, and that will give you a chance to hit the goal. Then, of course, zero issues with formatting, consistent font size and types, spacing, of course, paragraphing. This implies that you have proofread it yourself at least twice and ask two friends to check as well. Then experience, skills, results are consistent and they correlate. Of course, should also check that, ensure that your CV be clear and concise. Keep your CV to 1 page or 2 page maximum. No logos, no background colors, icons, no other graphics. Your CV should be plain, easily for people to read. Use an appropriate keywords matching the job posting. You should always match your CV with the job posting. Always, whenever you want to submit your CV, whenever you want to submit your CV, you should always match it with the job posting. Maybe their goals, the job descriptions, and everything. Yeah. Going forward, of course, this is the end of the tutorial. Let's check, let's have a check, or let's have a look at the challenge. But before we go to the challenge, let me open up for the question. If you have questions, then I'll show you the challenge document and the assignment and what you need to do. Then that will be it. So questions, let's have questions. If you have a question, you can just raise a hand, then we'll go on. By the way, I forgot to greet you. I know how to greet in Ethiopia. They said, it's Salaminachu. Salaminachu. I forgot that area. Okay, any question maybe about the CV preparation and CV update? Yep, we are salam. Okay, if you are unable to speak, you can also send your question in the chat box, of course. If you have smart CV, drop it, please. Thank you. Okay. I will also give you examples, like some smart CVs. Sorry, we will see that I think in the challenge document. We have some examples. CV template, not really recommended because CV templates sometimes mislead people, but you can also use CV templates. But mostly, it's really important if you can come up with your own thing, If you can get a template, of course, yeah, there's templates, of course. I will also share, I think with the document have it. Not sure if you have already received the document, but you will have access to even these tutorials as well if you need. No question? It means like if there's no question, it's maybe it's two things. very easy to understand or maybe not easy at all. So if there's no question, let me assume that we understood each and everything. Amazing. Okay, so let's go to the challenge document. Amazing. So here is the careers exercise, or what we say the challenge document. Of course, week 0, and the due date is no, it's tomorrow. I think this is a mistake, but yeah, of course we're delivering this one today. And then let's see within this document, within this challenge document, you will able to see the introduction, the exercise, expected outcome, the team, of course, the career team, the academy, the key dates, the deliverable and task to be done. Of course, there's 2 tasks: review your CV first of all, your current CV, and then improve your CV. Those are 2 tasks for now. And then the due date, submission date, Sunday, it's tomorrow, 8th December, 8 p.m. That's UTC. That's around 11, I think, p.m. in Ethiopia. I don't know, not sure with the Ethiopian timeline, but we're it's here 3 minutes to 4. Is it the same in Ethiopia? For us to confirm the timing, 3 minutes to 4. I think it's the same. Yeah. So here, this is the deadline for the mission, tutorial schedule, of course, feedback, marketing rubrics, of course, and blah, blah, blah. Here, as we're starting, there's an introduction. Maybe I can go through the introduction and maybe point by point, not everything. Then you will have time to read and understand everything. But here, as an introduction to this uh, document, in today's competitive job market, a strong CV or curriculum vitae is important as it is often provides the first opportunity to make an impression on a potential employers. More than just a summary of your education background and work experience, a proper outlined CV serves as a professional declaration of who you are. A CV serves as a proper declaration of who you are. It declares who you are and what you are able to do within a professional world. So what you have accomplished, of course, your potential, your future success, and why you are the ideal candidate for the position. That's basically the role of the CV or what CV should do. So a solid CV distinguishes you from the crowd, of course, significantly enhancing your employability by increasing your chances of being shortlisted for interviews and ultimately securing your dream job. Of course, essential sections in a CV includes name, as we said, picture, name, picture, contact details, professional summary, key skills, education, work experience, license, certification, skills, awards, honors, and notable projects. Spare this one picture. Let's not include picture, of course, as we said in the as we said in the tutorial. So here the name, it explains here how you should list your name. We come with here how you should like put in your name, the contacts, the experience, how you should like put in experience, the works relevant work experience should be included and must be framed using the purposes law. You can check it here. This is an applicable link. You'll be able to see the education. There's a description here how you should also list your education, a license and certification. You come here and see all the guidance, skills. The section should allow recruiter to skim your CV and look for familiar keywords, technologies, and platforms that are relevant to the role being applied for. Of course, the expected outcome for this one, understanding the purpose of the CV. This is the first expected outcome, what we expect from you, understanding the role a CV plays in helping to improve your employability and your employment, of course, then have an error-free CV. At the end of time, this is what we need from you. This is like you should make sure that at least you hit all these goals, these expectations. Then the team, of course, this is me, Emilian Ambazahirwa, the career tutor, but also with Arun Sharma, the co-founder at an academy and the head of careers. And then the date, of course, the tutorial submission is not Saturday. This is a mistake. It's tomorrow, Sunday. Tomorrow, Sunday. Tomorrow will be 8th December. All right. Tutorial session. Oh, no, this is. I think I confused the. This is Saturday. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. 7th. Okay. So deliverables and tasks to be done. Task 1. For the task 1, review your current CV. In this phase of the work, you will be reviewing your current CV against the checklist below. Review your current CV against the checklist. This is the checklist, the contact information, including necessary contact information, your full name, email address, phone number, with country code, of course, should be present. A LinkedIn profile is recommended. Ensure these details are easily to locate the top of the CV. Clickable links, name, consistency, experience, and content, of course, targeted and relevant experience, proofreading for errors, spelling, grammar, of course, formatting. The formatting should be consistent for font and size, consistent spacing, use of colors, lengths, and everything. With the final touches, the final format should be a PDF. Avoid background and graphics. Portfolio links, of course, if you have an online portfolio, consider adding to the showcase projects and achievements that you have done. The final check, of course, conduct a final look over and ensure there are no remaining errors and the layout is clean and organized. With the task 2 is to improve your CV content. Of course, in this phase of your work, we will improve your CV content, ensuring all the above things that we said. But here, which career track is being ensured, you come and read each and every point here for you to understand the career document or the career exercise. Then that the CV belongs to a professional, not to a student. Of course, we cover that in the tutorial. That the CV author understands that employee are looking for, of course. Yeah, so this is the document, and for people who wanted some examples of some of the CVs, this document will also have it. And of course, when it comes to the 50-word summary, this is also some examples. For example, this is the 50-word summary: a junior generative AI engineer with a strong foundation in computing engineering, including database. Like this is some summaries you can also update according to this. There are some examples. For more examples, you can check this link here. Ensure you have a list, at least a list of all your most important technical skills and soft skills. Be careful not to list too many skills, of course. Aim for about 10, only 10 skills. Just choose the most relevant skills that you have, then list at least 10 or 12 maximum. Limit yourself to skills most relevant to your choosing career path, of course. Then you can read here, you can check the box rule. And the due dates is tomorrow, of course, Sunday, December. The timing is 8 p.m. UTC. It should be at, I think, 11 p.m. Ethiopian time. Submission, task 1 and task 2, as you have seen, reviewing and then preparing your CV. What you should submit, a CV PDF, where on 10x. Delete policy, you can also read delete policy here. And then finally, we have the tutorial schedule is today, feedback, and we have the rubrics, the marking rubrics. Of course, this is what we'll be seeing while marking your CV. Content relevance and clarity. If we have this one, personal information, skills, work experience, educational, license and certification. When it comes to professional and formatting, we'll be looking about the layout and structure, font and styles, spelling and grammar, length, professional appearance, and you should also note that there's no individual feedback that will be given. So I think that marks the end of our career challenge or career introduction. So if there's questions, please ask, then we wrap up. We still have some minutes. We still have like around 25 minutes. You can use with questions. There's a question, but also if you will need maybe some assistance, you can always reach out to me on my Slack inbox or email me. Then I can help you out. Any questions so far, maybe before we wrap up? Was it quick? Maybe or was I going quick? Or any feedback, please? Okay, we had submit the assignment. Of course, we're gonna be submitting on a 10x platform, 10x learning platform. In what format do we submit? PDF. It's PDF format. Yes, Kasamamo, you can go ahead, please.
For the question, maybe my question is, as you told us, the maximum page of the CV must be 2. But unfortunately, I think we are going to share you our real CV.
Sorry, what did you say?
So it's that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you told us that the maximum page of the CV should be 2 page. Yeah. Unfortunately, for example, my real CV is around 5 or 6 page. So what can I do in this regard?
Yeah, that's why like you should choose like the relevant information to put in your CV. Just follow the tutorial and the career exercise. It will help you to straighten your CV to be at least 2 pages, because 6 pages. Imagine like yourself, you're a HR, and you need like 2 people in certain position, and you have received 1,000 CV, and you have to review their CV because it have to be fair. Of course, you need people. Do you think you will review? You will take all that time to read everything on a 6-page CV?
Yeah, just maybe to make
if you have if you have 100 CV
I have to
to
explain.
review, and there's this 6-page CV, do you think you read everything for the first selection, for the first
It's very difficult.
shortlist?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult. So that's why you should at least have it on 2 pages. That's the maximum. Professional CV should be at least 2 pages. Yeah, unless you're not applying for maybe for a job or something. Maybe you wanted to give someone, maybe you're hosting an event. Maybe they want your CV to see all the your professional experience or something. Maybe that you can submit all that. But I would rather recommend that all those information on your 6-page CV, at least move them to LinkedIn. Put everything on LinkedIn, then you can always put the LinkedIn link on your CV, so that if they need more information, because that's how they do most of the time when they're shortlisting or reviewing CVs, they will just review or shortlist the first good CV that attracts them or that interests them. Then they will go into the second round, where maybe they'll be checking deep information. If there's this, maybe a portfolio, if there's a GitHub, if there's a LinkedIn page or something, they will go to that LinkedIn page to see more information. But CVs should be more appealing, more interesting, and serve the values, actually. I mean, meet the values of the job posting. I hope I've tried to answer your question. Yes, Mama. Amazing. So this will be shared to you. I think it's already shared. The career exercise, is it already shared? Do you have the access?
Share all, please.
Okay. I will also share the tutorial, but the tutorial you can also see the tutorial on YouTube. Of course, we're gonna upload this video on YouTube in less than two hours. So for the tutorial, you can always see it on YouTube if you want to see something. But I will also share with you the link. Let me Let me do it right away. I will share the link on Slack, even here in the call. Okay, here is the tutorial link, and here is the career challenge document. Okay, so that's it. I think that marks the end of our session. So in case you have any question later, maybe you can always reach out to me on Slack or email me. I would be happy to help you out. Thank you so much. Have a good evening and good weekend. Bye. The above document is not shared. You mean the tutorial? My brother, which document do you mean? I've shared two links you can check in the chat box. Okay, let me confirm everything is fine before we close the call, before we wrap up. Are we all fine? Amazing.
Sorry, it needs access for the link, I think. One of the link. It asked me to have
Okay.
access. I have
Okay.
sent a request.
Okay, sure. Okay, done. I think you all have access. All right. Bye. Have a good weekend.